All right, peace, love, and jelly beans, people. ETN Living Life. I'm Tex, and Dawn's inside the RV there. However, this video is in reference: do you tell the dealer? Do you inform the dealer when you come across something? We got a nice little spot here. We picked the very back side of a Love's truck stop and parked up against the curb. And just to give you an idea, somebody dropped a flatbed, haul and tow transporter, and then of course the rig's on the other side of us. So yeah, there's elusive. So the question is, do you tell the dealer? So on this unit we have a couple of different issues. One happens to be that this lock right here, the key will not work in, so it won't lock it, so it stays unlocked. Do you tell the dealer? The other issue happens to be inside here, and without confusing you guys too much here, if you come in here and we sit down at the steering wheel, now of course it's turned the other direction, but the steering wheel is actually this. If it was turned this way, this right here is straight. So in other words, the steering wheel is between 1 and 2 o'clock off to that side. Oh, let me get the camera straight. Yeah, when it's turned like this, that's how straight, that's driving straight, is it being turned like that. So the thing of it is that, do you tell the dealer about this? Okay. Another little issue is that the camera here on the actual unit for the let me start this. It'll make it a little bit easier. So in other words, right here is where the steering wheel sits straight, and as you can see, that's driving straight. That's how you have to drive. And of course your hands are over here, okay, and over here. Yeah, I'm using one hand to hold the camera, so that doesn't make it easy. Let me see if I can zoom out here. Oh, wrong way. Wi-Fi enabled. Wrong way. There we go. We'll zoom out. So literally, when you're sitting here driving, no, this is the way you got to drive with the steering wheel. Do you tell the dealer that that's one of the issues? The other issue, and of course the camera is looking good right this moment, but when you get out there on the road, you can't see any of this stuff across here. This thing goes totally dark, and yeah, at certain points it's not so bad, but the glare from the windows and driving down through here, you don't see a lot of this stuff. You can see the image of your car if you got a tow car. You can see the image of a car if it's sitting that close. Now that means he's right up on you, because you got to remember that tow thing is only 3.5 feet, so it's not that far back. But that trailer sitting behind us that you can see now, you would not be able to see that hardly at all. You'd see an image of something's there, but you would not be able to determine it was a trailer or anything to that effect. So do you tell the dealer that the darkness on this while driving is being a problem? There was one other thing, I can't remember what it was now, but I'll remember here shortly. But so that's where you go with this stuff at. Now, just to touch base, yeah, this is how I usually have things set up. No, over here sits the cell phone, so it's got Google on it right here. No, it's hooked up to charger. Then I have the Garmin, the rv1090 is what I use. The tpms to tell me how the tires are doing on the car, so that way we know if we get a low tire or blowout or anything like that on the car. Once it goes through and does its setting, because I just started the vehicle, so it's going to go through. It takes about, usually when you get out on the road, it kicks in real quick, but if you sit still, it may take up to 10 minutes. And then of course I've got the camera system. As you can see here, I've got the viofo a139 camera. It is wired to a camera that's pointing to the inside, so therefore we're looking at each other. No, and of course I have the Texas pass that's out of our car sitting right there, so that way when we go through tolls, that's how that's done. Okay, so, but yeah, those are the things that we have set up for while we're driving. And of course, now my charger sitting up there for my watch I need to plug in here. It's getting low. But now to touch base with you, I use also, there is usually a tablet sitting down here that has Waze on it. So I use Waze, Google, and the Garmin. I use all three. Now, why would I use all three? A lot of people make comments about me having a airplane cockpit. Well, the reason why I use all three is, one, Google's going to let you know all the newest updates to traffic changes within the next 2 hours, 3 hours down the road. So that way you get to know all these different things. Okay? Hold on one second here. Alright, had to take care of something real quick. But the reason why I have three different ones, like I said, Google comes across and gives you the newest updates on road hazards and things like that that's happening. The Garmin does real good as keeping me informed of low bridges, weight limits, things like that. Give you a good idea. A lot of us come out of Elkhart, Indiana, and go down 31. We get on Keystone Parkway. Did you know Keystone Parkway has a weight limit? And I don't remember what it was, but I think it's not that high, so therefore it keeps a lot of commercial drivers from being on that road. But yeah, so the Garmin comes across and tells me every time we go down it, venture off the next exit, venture off the next exit. It's trying to get me off that road because of a weight limit. It tells me what the weight limit is, I just don't remember seeing it. And then, of course, I use Waze, because Waze has a lot more people that'll tell you about objects in the road. Yes, the police officers and all that good stuff, which I don't really care because we don't ever go over speed limits in the first place. So we usually do real good there. And when we do go over speed limits, it's less than 4 miles over the speed limit. So an officer's not pulling you over for that 90% of the time, unless they're trying to be a jerk. But in either case, and then, like I said, we got the tpms that allows us to keep up with everything on the tires for the car. And just so you zoom in here, I've got it set for 4 tires. You can set it up for 20 different tires. So yeah, you can definitely load this thing up. And when I buy a truck, I will have one inside the truck, and it will have, and every vehicle I tow out of the yard, I will go and throw the twist-ons on top of the tires, so therefore it will start measuring the tires on the RVs, and I will know every time. Just got to remember to take them off and put them back inside your vehicle. In either case, all right, back onto the camera now. Camera a139 viofo. It is, I think it's $170 for the 3 cameras. This is one that we transfer from the car to here. Now, I have Velcro on the camera itself, so therefore I just detach it from that suction cup. The suction cup's got Velcro on it, so I detach it from there, and I have Velcro on my windshield, and I just put it right back up on the windshield. Same thing for the other camera up there. And then it has a third camera spot to where I plug it in, and that allows us to have cameras on the rear, front, and inside cab. Now I know that the DOT, everybody's talking about DOT's changing in 2023, putting a mandatory on getting dash cams for everybody. I don't know that you're being required to have one for inside the cab, but I do record what I do inside the cab because I want to make sure that somebody doesn't come across and accuse me of doing something when I'm not doing it. I cover my tail. The other feature about this camera happens to be is that it has a microphone capability, so I can hook up a microphone so I can record all conversations and so forth that's happening. I also plan on trying to do some recordings while driving down the road with the microphone, so that way I give you guys a little bit of what's happening on the road. Sometimes I am trying to gather some information right this moment for driving tips and stupidity moves that people make. Yeah, we see a lot of things as we drive down the road. But yeah, there you go. If you have questions about any of the stuff I'm using, don't hesitate. drop me a line, drop me a message. But yeah, so there you go. Do you tell the dealer is the key question. Do you tell the dealer of issues you find with an RV when you go to deliver it? That's the key. Peace, love, and jelly beans. Don't forget to subscribe, like, dislike, and hit that little notifications bell. That's it. All right. Talk to y'all later.